Hey guys, it's important to have potable water when you're on your trip, and chances are you're not going to carry enough in from the trailhead. So here's the deal on treating water in the backcountry. So there are two main categories that you need to worry about when you're treating your water. One is bacteria and protozoa, so salmonella, E. coli, giardia, and those are large enough to be taken out by any filter that you would purchase. They're also the main threat in the US. And then the other category is viruses. And viruses are too small to be filtered out through the pores of most filters, so you'll need an alternative form of purification, something like boiling your water or using some kind of chemical treatment. And even if you're carrying a filter with you, it is a good idea to have some backup form of filtration. And remember that even if you are filtering your water, make sure you're practicing good hygiene because you're still likely to get sick if you have dirty hands. So when you're choosing a water source, if you're lucky like me and you have something like this in front of you, this is really the ideal situation. Clear, flowing, cool water like this is a lot harder for microorganisms to lay their eggs or live, which makes it the ideal source for treating your water. If you don't have something like this, a calm, clear lake farther away from shore will also work, or a pond will work as well. But you want to avoid kind of murky water. While it's still treatable, it's a lot more likely to clog your filter. And no matter what source you choose, stay away from an area that has a lot of human activity or animal activity because that water is a lot more likely to be contaminated. So once you have a water source, it's time to actually treat your water. So again, I'm really lucky. I have this beautiful water source. So I'm filtering directly from the water into my bottle. And I'm using a pump filter. This will obviously change depending on what type of filter that you're using. But I have right here, this is a pre-filter, and I have a float here to help keep it on the surface of the water, and then a case and the filter on the inside, which will take out larger dirt and debris. No matter what type of water treatment you're using, whether it's purification or a filter, it's always important to use a pre-filter, even if you're using a chemical or boiling treatment. So even if that's like a clean bandana, just something to filter out larger chunks is important. And then I'm going directly into my bottle. If you don't have a flowing water source like this and you're filtering from a lake, you can hop out on rocks to get a little bit farther away from shore and then filter from the top part of the water. Again, we're just trying to avoid areas that are a lot more likely to have microorganisms or other things growing. And if you're using water that's really muddy or silty, you can gather water and then allow it to sit in, say, a pot until most of the silt has sunk to the bottom, and then just filter from the top of that water. If you're using a gravity filter or another type of filter like that, again, you can just scoop water directly from the top of the source and allow it to filter into a clean bag. Okay, so this is a really good example where I'm trying to get a little bit farther away from shore so that I don't pick up some of this silt that's close. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss my intake valve over this log and hopefully get some calmer water. And if this doesn't work, I'll just scoop some up in a pot and then let it settle. If you're using a chemical treatment for your water, make sure that you follow all instructions on the packaging. And if you choose to boil your water to treat it, you'll need to boil it for a full minute or for a full 3 minutes if you're over 6,500 feet. If you decide to choose a purifier or filter, check out this awesome video we made for some more information.